Good morning, year one, and welcome to the first of this week's maths lessons. This week, we're going to be doing some work with addition and subtraction and something called the commutative law, which is a lot harder to say than actually what it is. But to start with, we've got an arithmetic starter, and that is linked to addition and subtraction. So when you're ready, start the video again, and we'll go through the answers. Okay, so we're going to start with 5 plus 8. So we start from 8 and we count on 5, which would give us 13. Then we've got 7 plus 8. That gives you 15. So that's 2 more. 7 is 2 more than 5. 8 plus 8 is a double, but it's also 1 more than the previous answer. And then 4 plus 8 is 12. Now, hopefully you've spotted that this is the same, because of a lot of what we're doing this week is about pattern spotting. So you'd be able to take the 13 and you'd be able to take the 16. Okay, now 7 plus 8 is also the same. It's the same as the 7 plus 8 in the first column, but it's round the other way, and that is something that we're going to be looking at a lot of. So that's 15. And then 11 plus 8, that's your first new sum in this column. And that is start with 11, count on 8, that's 19. Okay, now we're going to be counting from 6 to 18, which is 12. Counting from 7 to 18, which is actually one less jump, so it's 11. And then we've got number bonds 25 plus 15. And these are the same two numbers, so the third number is also the same. And then over here, these have just been turned around, so that's going to be 15 again. And that is going to have the 15 here, and that's a lot to do with what we're going to be doing later in the week. Okay, 8 plus 12 is 20, and then we're just repeating that sum here. Okay, so well done. Let's get on to the main part of today's learning. Okay, today you're going to be practicing 1-digit and 2-digit numbers adding, but you're going to be solving addition sums using a grid and using some counters. Okay, so let's have a look. Before we do that though, I want you to tell your grown-up as many words as you know that mean this. Can you explain what it does? And can you think of any words that go with it? Okay, brilliant. So it means add. And when you add something, you increase. The maths term is addition. And some of the other words you might have mentioned are sum. That's not a deliberate pun. Add to. Could also have increased by. You could have plus. I've written that like that. And you may have had even more, but those are the common terms. Okay. So this is today's investigation. What we're going to do is we're going to build each of these sums, and then we're going to use them to increase and complete a pattern. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move our cubes into this box. Now you could use cubes, counters, or anything, it doesn't really matter. Now the sign, this is an addition, so we're going to put this plus sign there, and then we're going to add another 2 here. Now this is where there's 2 ways of doing it. The easiest way is to take, sorry about that, lock that so it's out of the way, is to take these cubes, let's see if we can select them, and move them here, 3, 4, 5, 6, put the equal sign in. Now, we now know that that answer is 6, but it's actually even better if you can count them, or just put these back in like this. So got 4 there, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the 2 there, put them back, and now we know that 4 plus 2 equals 6, and we can see it. Now, why that's important is because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be investigating patterns. So this time it's 4 plus 3. I want you to tell the grown-up what you need, where you need to add a cube. Brilliant, we need to add the cube here. Now, if we've added one cube there, what do you think we need to add to the total? Brilliant, we need to add another cube over here. So do you see the way that now we've got this set up, we can actually use this to save ourselves lots of time, because this now equals 7, and let's just see how I work that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is what you're doing today, okay? You're going to use a grid like this. You can draw one out, that's absolutely fine. And you can either start with 2 plus 2 and do what we've just done. So you'd end up with 2 cubes here, 2 cubes here, and whatever 2 plus 2 is here in cubes, and then use that to work out each sum, and then just write down what 2 plus 2 equals, what 2 plus 3 equals, what 2 plus 4 equals. And I'm going to leave that up for a few seconds. If you think that's a bit easy, then there is a harder one. It's basically the same. It looks like this, but you're starting with 8 plus 4. And you're going to go on, and then your challenge is to work out what 8 plus 12 might be. Okay? Now, it's up to you how long you spend at this, or at least it's up to your grown-up. But try to get the pattern, try to get the link that when you increase the number here, you also have to increase the number here by the same amount, because that's today's learning. And that is pretty much the end of today's maths lesson. Brilliant work, year 1.